Previously, Discordia could not make Duchess Evaine believe that Discordia was brutalized at the hands of Darren Swartout, the Duchess's son. Now, a confrontation between the two becomes an exchange of secrets, promises, and lies.
So, you get the summons, saying, okay, you want to see me, I'll be in my chambers at such a time. And,
okay, so I go.
When you get there, her battle maiden Tessa is there, and she lets you in, and gives you kind of a real quick up and down, not impolitely, but just,
Checks everybody.
Are you taking anything with you?
Oh, I always take my book everywhere I go. As a matter of fact, now at this point, I have a piece into my cloak where it's sewn in, so it's always touching me.
When you go in and you're trying to maintain eye contact and composure and proper etiquette, at the same time, Belial says, "Oh, there's a harrow in the room, hiding in the shadows of the ceiling." Do you betray any? Do you look up at the ceiling? Do you look at the harrow? Yeah.
Absolutely. I look directly right when I walk in, and then I note if anybody in the room saw me look, or if they just went, or...
Yeah, they're like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, well, the harrow immediately leaves.
Okay.
And Thessa in particular is all, what is it? She's...
Who else is in the room?
Just Thessa and Evaine.
So I'll say, there was a harrow in the corner.
A what?
A harrow.
I think Tessa would draw her sword half out and be incredibly alert, and stand very close to Evaine.
What's a harrow? Says Evaine, and she's still trying to find it.
It is a summoned creature by a magic user. It is a dark and evil bird that listens.
Did you summon it?
No.
Well, who did then?
We have a lot to talk about.
Okay. Evaine is now taking deep breath and visibly becoming recomposed, but that was clearly unsettling for her. And Thessa is still.
You say Thessa, not really her place, but she does interrupt and say, "Is it gone?"
It left as soon as I saw it.
How can you see it?
Because it's a magically summoned creature, and I can see those things.
I wonder how long it's been there.
I don't know. The first time I saw one was in Gaunt.
Really? And how many have you seen since?
Just that one. This is the second. The first time in Gaunt, when Darren was there.
Really? Is there a way to protect against it?
I think there is, but I'm unsure yet. I've been looking into it, and I've been working on some things. I have some questions that access to part of the library that I've been denied might help me.
Oh, well, I have no problem with that. What we need to protect the family. Have you seen one anywhere near Robin?
No.
Or Elliot?
No, the only two I've seen in Gaunt is the first time I'd seen something like this. And this is the next time. I don't know. Have you had a chance to speak to Robin since court?
No.
There's more than I said out loud in court about what happened.
Oh, and I do want to, before we go any further, let's get you settled. And she brings you into the room and gets you settled down and offers you a drink and all that kind of stuff. And before we go any further with that, I just want to say I know I owe you an apology.
As soon as she says that, and we're seated, Discordia goes down on her knees and puts her head in her lap and just loses it. Just cries and cries and cries and cries and cries. Heartbreaking sobs.
Are you acting or no?
No.
And Evaine just pets her head and says, "Oh, my dear, my dear, my dear."
I mean, this is her only mother figure. Regardless of who she is or how she's done or where or when or why or how, she has just experienced a very extreme trauma. And this is her mother figure.
And Evaine is going with that.
Yeah.
Oh my dear, I'm so sorry. You know, I don't know what happened, and I didn't listen to you because you were saying bad things about my boy, and it's just a mother can't handle that. I was too surprised, and it was an instinct to defend him, but honestly, I should have listened to you, and I do want to know what really happened.
So I'll pull myself together, and I'll say, Mother Evaine, you know when Darren used to torture the animals. You know. I know. I wish it wasn't true. But you know what he's capable of.
I do. I thought we had broken him of that. And I want you to know that was not what he was supposed to be doing there.
What was he supposed to be doing there?
I had told him to go and court Lily Blackfield. He was supposed to get an agreement for her hand in marriage. And then when he could gather evidence against Argyle, we would remove Argyle from power. And Lily would become the Baroness, and he would be her husband, and then he would have Gaunt.
We have a large problem on our hands. No.
So I've sent Michelle to fetch.
Was there?
Yes. Sorry, Sir Michelle. I've sent him, and note that she's saying I and not we, to fetch Darren and Argyle and Lily and bring them here.
Think he'll accomplish that?
I don't see why not.
He is going with a small army.
So
things are going to get twisted around the castle.
They are.
So if they, and you know, when they return, I will question him myself. And if he admits his crimes, or if he tries to lie to me, then we will punish him. And as far as I'm concerned, that can be in any manner you like.
I would like to skin him personally myself.
I will hand you
Slowly.
the knife.
I don't need a knife.
Wow.
Messy, but...
I think Tessa looks at you for the first time.
And so I said, there's something else that I was hoping that we could talk about.
Anything, my dear.
Before the Duke left, he told me that my father had been talking about wanting to see me married.
Yes, I'm sure he is.
And I suspect it's only a matter of time before we'll get a letter from my mother, who also wants to see me married.
Well, you have to understand that would be what they would want for their heir.
Well, so, can I be honest with you?
Of course.
When I was here and I was little, I didn't understand that I wasn't exactly part of the family. You know, a lot of people treated me like I was, and you've always been, as a mother to me.
Of course.
But then, when I was younger, it occurred to me, and I was angry, that I am here by the stone on the Duke's neck.
True.
Angry at being a slave. And in the last year, I realized that my lot isn't any different than any other woman. Being traded off or married. I'm surprised that you haven't told me that I should be married. What does a woman do, Mother?
Oh, you can see in her eyes that is a topic that brings up a lot of old trauma for her. She goes inward a little bit for a moment. And she says, well, we do what we have to for our families. And sometimes we have some control over that. Sometimes we don't. You, I think, will have better luck than I. Because you at least have your wizarding to fall back on.
That may be true, but my fate lies in that stone. What if something happened to the Duke?
Well, I suspect that it would depend upon when and where it happened. If anyone there knew what it was and how to keep it.
So I could have a new master. Again, probably not different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
These things
want
happen.
that to happen.
I know. We never do. I didn't want to be chattel either.
But it is time I'm to be marrying, and this is dangerous political ground to walk upon.
Oh, yeah.
I do not want to be married. I need your help in either making that be true or figuring out what the most convenient for me marriage would be.
Well,
I need your help, Mother.
My dear. The first thing you have to decide is what you want. You are the heir to Arundel. Do you want to be? Do you want...
I don't know Arundel. I know here. I don't want to give up something like that.
Of course. But there comes a point where you can't have everything you want. And if you are going to be the heir, then you have to take on the duties of the heir. If you are not, if you renounce it, then you don't have to do that. But you do have to come up with what else you're going to do, because...
Well, wouldn't it be better if I were the heir for you and for I?
Are you suggesting marrying one of my sons?
No, I don't know about that. Is marriage required in any of these deals? It is, isn't it?
It really is.
Just puts her head in her hands.
Because if you are yourself an heir, the first thing you have to do is produce another one. That's how it works.
Well,
Believe me, we've been trying to get Elliot to do that for years.
Oh, I know. Well, you know, Elliot doesn't care for me. I might consider marriage to my favorite son of yours. But it would be weird. He's my brother.
And I can understand that. I can. But I certainly would like nothing more than to keep you in the family.
Well, this is the only family that I know. I don't know my other family. I'm not willing to give up my birthright at this point at all. And I know where my loyalty lies. So...
Well, that will put you in conflict with your parents.
With you?
No. Touche. That will put you in conflict with the senator. And you have to understand, it is only natural for him to want to know that his place is secured in these dangerous times if anything should happen to him.
The daughter that he threw away like a piece of garbage?
Oh, he did not throw you away, my dear.
Really?
He traded you.
Is that better?
Well, at least it meant he valued you to a certain point, just not quite as much as he valued a senatorship.
That makes me angry.
I certainly would not trade any of my children.
Well, you are going to have to trade Darren to be skinned, because what I'm telling you is the truth.
If he has done even half of what you say, he is not my son. If you are going to be in conflict with, these people, I don't know, you said that some of them are coming to visit.
Apparently my mother is coming.
You may wish to write her and find out what sort of retinue she might be intending to bring. I don't know if she plans on carrying you back with her, or...
Can she do that?
Well, technically your fosterage is at an end. But I would think you would have some say in the matter.
I'll compose a letter right now.
Evaine will help you.
Perfect. We will craft a letter to be sent. All right, well, help. So it is, I've informed Evaine, and in keeping with trying to ensure that you receive the proper reception and we are well prepared.
The greatest comfort.
The greatest comfort. We ask for details of who shall be accompanying you.
And how long they might be staying.
And how long they might be staying.
And, we should also probably advise them not to come through Gaunt.
No. Gaunt bad.
Well, they're coming from the opposite direction, so.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that we
They could
wait
pass.
with great anticipation for your visit, accordingly, and such and such and so and so.
Okay, great. Cool. All right. So, message sent. Okay.
Next up, Hef's thief mentor has a mission for him in the crypts.